Hello friends, I have a project for us today. I got this inspiration from a YouTube channel called Happiness in Crafting, and she has some fabulous ideas over there, so if you want to take a look at what she's done, I'll link the video down below. But I give it my own little twist and made it more appropriate for our Bible journaling needs. So I took, well, here's the finished projects. So just lots of different, some of them are paper clips. I added paper clips to a few of them. Some of them are just, this is a paper clip as well. Some of them are just something that you can put down on a journal page. This is just a little piece of scrap of the Contagious Grace cardstock, and I just put a couple of grid pieces of paper in there, and any one of these would probably look really nice on the cover. You just put it on the cover like that, and it can be a little insert into your journal or on your page or whatever you're doing. This one is paper clip, so that one could paper clip, you know, the booklet shut or whatever, if you wanted to do it that way. So yeah, they really go with a lot of things. And I've been working on just making these little things out of Bible book pages. This one is a little envelope, I guess, kind of thing, and they would look great on there as well. I think those look really cute. Again, you know, almost any of them would look cute on that kind of thing. And I've got some bigger ones. This is a pouch as well, and this one could be used as a paper clip to hold it together. Here's just a little kind of a library pocket thing, so that would look cute on there. Here's a different size pouch. Again, a paper clip would look really good on one of those. Which one is the paper clip? This one. So I can put that on to hold that closed like that. Just different things like that. If you want to put it inside of a journal, this was just some leftover paper that I had from the Christmas Advent calendar. So if I just look at a blank page there, like they just look really cute on a page, on a pocket. I used one in my Essential 100 Tracker Journal. Just right here. And I think that looked nice there. Here's one of the little book page pocket things that I just put around a page here and tucked a little map into there. So, and that I could have decorated that with this too. Would have looked great. So let's just get started. This one I decided to do a little bit of a, I guess, sort of a formula for you guys to follow along. Of course, you can let your creativity go wild, do whatever you would like. But I thought I would just do this for those who kind of want a little bit more structured things. So I'll just kind of put these to the side. And I came up with kind of the components of this. And again, you're free to use whatever you have. Please use whatever you have. Don't go out and buy a bunch of stuff just for this kind of project. But the first thing that you would need is some kind of backing to put your pieces on. And what I just use is, I have this oval punch. You can use a circle punch, flower punch, whatever you want. Or, I mean, you could just cut. I like it in a bit of a circular shape instead of a square shape, because I think when you do it around a circle, I think it just sort of makes the arrangement a little bit nicer than a block shape. But if you wanted to use a block shape, that's totally fine too. So what I would do is just punch two of these with my punch like that, And then I would take a paper clip. This is just my jumbo paper clips. And I would put a paper clip on here, probably this way. And I would glue those together, and then this would be my base. So I'll show you how we do that in a minute. This is just some backing paper, so we want to kind of just make a neutral background. So there's just some coffee dyed grid paper, there's just some regular coffee dyed paper, just some pink, I think that's coffee dyed as well, just some neutral scrapbook paper. Here's just some music paper. Here's some book page, different pieces. So that's just our foundation. So we have just just some scraps of those, and then we put a little bit of more interest on top of that. You can use fibers. I have cheesecloth here, some different laces, a piece of muslin. These are just some handmade papers. This is a handmade paper I made myself. Just a little bit more dimension, I guess, on that layer. And then we do our die cuts. And what I did is I went on to Photoshop Elements and I made heart shapes, just using the shape template built into the program. And then I this is just all different papers from the God's Promises Bible Journal Love Kit, and I used them, I put the papers on top and I did the clipping mask to the heart, and then I just moved it around until I liked the image that's on there. If you're a digital person, you can do it that way. If you're not, you could just print out one of the pretty papers. Lots of them have several different images on them, and you can use a heart punch. You can cut out hearts by hand. You can use a circle punch. It doesn't have to be a heart. I like the heart and butterfly combination. It seems to, they just kind of go together. Like the butterfly is a little more I'm not sure. It's not a round image, I guess. It's a little bit more of a angular image, and this is a little more of a round image, and they seem to go together well. So I just did that, and you could use a die cut machine, all kinds of different things to get your hearts out. And butterflies, basically the same thing. The butterflies, I didn't use the heart template. I just, Robin uses a lot of butterflies in her kits, and I just picked them from all different kinds of kits and made them quite small, about an inch-ish, and put them on here. So I'm going to cut these out on my Cricut, and then we'll have our die cuts. And then the next thing is a word label, and this is the word labels that I made. And what I did with this is I just I did a little bit of to work to get these label shapes initially, but you certainly don't have to do that. You can just do a background, a solid background, and then I just typed in different words, and I changed this here and there when I printed out different times. And then I'll show you how I do that afterwards, but I'll just cut out a word, I'll ink around the edges, and we'll put that on. The words really add something to it, so and if you have, there's different ways you can get word labels like this as well. You don't have to do this if you have something already. And then add some bling onto the top. So lots of these have a little gem. This one doesn't have a gem, but this one has a little bit of a trim here. So I have a couple just little pieces of some trim that I like to use. You can use whatever you have. I make these when I have little scraps of cardstock. Sometimes I just run it through my corrugator thing, and I think that adds a nice little, I put that on a few of them, little dimension there. And here's my little bag of different gems. These ones I got at a dollar store, and I got a huge sheet of them. This is probably a third of the sheet for, I don't know, $1 or $2. And I use those quite often. They're different colors and stuff that I have, you know, different pearls and hearts and all kinds of different things in there. So I'll just use whatever I feel like using there. And then the last thing I did on most of them is I put a little bit of stickles. So sparkle glue of whatever brand name. I just had this from a long time ago. And I mostly put that on the butterflies, sometimes a little bit here and there. And these are, you know, these are a sparkly type of embellishment. If you don't want it so sparkly, then of course, you know, leave off this kind of thing. But I put that on last, and then it has to be set aside to dry for a little bit. And then the other two things really that you need is just some ink. I'm using Vintage Photo Tim Holtz ink with my inker thing, and some glue. And I just have tacky glue in this bottle mixed with a little bit of Elmer's Glue All, and that's what I use. So that's all the components. So I'm just going to cut these out with my Cricut, and then I'll be right back. All right, so my Cricut has cut out my butterflies and my hearts for me, and I cut out a few of the word labels that I wanted to use, and I punched out a couple of these oval shapes and put paper clips in between two of them for some of them, and some of them I just left plain like that. I have to laugh. There's a dear lady who was making some paperclip embellishments with one of my videos, and she said her Cricut was having temper tantrums, and I had to laugh because just the way she said it, and I have that issue as well. And I'm not sure if you can see, but I don't know, I calibrate my Cricut and calibrate it, and it works for a little while and then it doesn't work. Like these aren't too bad, but you can see that there's a little bit more of a border on that side than this side. But what I do is I, on my shapes in Photoshop Elements, I add a little bit of a tan border on the shapes itself. I don't know, it might be a little hard to see on some of these, but, and so that helps a little bit. And then when you ink around the shapes, it hides a whole lot of stuff, and I'm totally fine with that level of imperfection. When it's done, I don't think you really even notice those extra white spaces. So that's just my little tip of working with my Cricut. So let's just make one of these. I'll just take one of the ones without a paper clip first. And then the first thing that we do is we just put 2 or 3 layers of just some random background paper. So I just got a little piece of this, maybe just a little piece of this Bible book page, and maybe just a piece of coffee dyed paper. Something like that is good. Usually for this part I will use my glue stick instead of my tacky glue, because I think that works just fine. So I'll just glue those pieces on there, just in whatever random order. You won't see this much, but it'll peek through here and there. All right, and then I would pick out a heart. I like this one right at the top here. These images, I took all of these images from the Bible Journal Love God's Promises kit. There's so many beautiful images there. And it was hard to stop at, I don't know how many hearts and butterflies I had, quite a few, but well, the hearts were all from God's Promises, the butterflies were from different kits. But so then I don't put it usually smack dab in the middle, I'll put it off to the side somewhere, and I like to kind of make it where I can see still all of my background. So maybe I'll stick this one up there. And this I probably will use my tacky glue. And I'll just put that up there. So that's my first piece. And then I'll usually do, I think I said to do the butterfly next, but I probably wouldn't do that yet. I would do, actually I think I told you to do the fibers and stuff next, so let's do that. So I'll take a piece of lace and just let that poke through on this side here. And maybe a little bit of this hand-dyed paper that I'll just put somewhere over here. Got two little pieces there. Maybe I'll just tuck another one under here. This process is actually quite fun, at least I enjoy it. I made several before, like I showed you, and I'm still enjoying the process. So I put a few little pieces like that, and then probably next I would put my word label. So maybe bless. I could have by grace. I like by grace. So let's stick that one on. And it's usually good to kind of overlap things to make a nice shape, so I'm overlapping the heart a little bit with the by grace there. Then I can try to find a butterfly that I like. That one's kind of nice. Sometimes I like a contrasting one. There's a blue one. I think I like that one. Go to a little darker blue, or this greenish blue maybe. Yeah, maybe I like that one, but I do like a bigger one. Don't obsess with this part, just, you know, whatever there, whatever looks good to you. I usually put a YouTube video on in the background when I'm doing this and get inspired to make some more, something else. And it's a pleasant way to spend usually an evening for me. So what I do is for the butterflies, I put them backwards, kind of bend it in the center, and I just glue the center. Quite generous glue. And then I'll put it on where I want it to be. And then usually I'll just take a bone folder or something like that and just sort of press right in the center there for a minute. I'll leave the wings poking up because that gives a little bit more dimension. Your pages and stuff will still close flat, but it just gives it a little bit more dimension if you do it that way. There we go. And that'll still be a little bit wet, so we'll have to be a little bit careful with that. And then, let's see, that doesn't really match, but maybe this one will match. I like that one. Let's just see. So this is kind of going into the bling section. So if I did just a little bit of that there, I could put it up here. I think I like it just right there. So I'll just put a little bit of glue on that as well. And put that again overlapping a little bit on the words, makes it look nice. And then I can have a little jewel or gem. I'm kind of going for a pink theme here, so maybe I'll stick with yeah, I think that looks nice. I'll just put a little bit of glue right there and put that on there. And then the last step would just be to put a little bit of stickles on. So this one is called Crystal, and I think it's just got a bunch of different kind of holographic almost kind of colors in it. So you just kind of squiggle it around. Nothing, you don't need to be precise or anything. I think this one is almost empty. because I'm squeezing and not much is coming out. I was going to put a little bit on the rose here, but there, just got a little bit on there. So you don't need much because it does reflect the light and it just looks pretty. So there's one. Again, here's our little pages from before, so it just looks pretty. You can also do them like this is just a coin envelope, just a purchased coin envelope, which I sometimes use. And they can just, you know, you put that on top and it just dresses it up nicely. I also made some little bags just using some wax paper. And I guess that one's not dry. I shouldn't be handling it quite so much, but yeah, it just really adds something. So I'll put that one aside to dry and we'll try another one. This time we'll do a paper clip. So again, I'll get 3 pieces of paper, or it doesn't have to be 3, whatever. So you can see on here, like, you can't really see that much of the background. You can see a little bit of the book page there, a little bit of the coffee dyed paper there, and I think the paper, well, a little bit of the lined paper there, not much. So a couple of those, and maybe just a little piece of this darker scrapbook paper here. So and I'll just glue these on here. I just wanted to say thank you to, there was a couple ladies that bought me a coffee on my link, on my video links. And I really appreciate that because I do a lot of things in a budget-friendly way, but there is things that you have to continue to buy, like glue and ink and things like that. And when I do these videos, I often make something and then I will remake it, and I don't really need that second time, but I do it, you know, to show everyone, and I'm happy to do that. But you know, I do use more ink, you know, my printer and my printer ink and different things like that. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for supporting me in that way, and also supporting me in my just by watching my videos. I really appreciate that, and subscribing. All of those things mean a lot to me, and I just wanted to say thank you. I really appreciate that, and I hope you're enjoying the projects I'm making. If you have any suggestions for things that you would like to see me make, let me know in the comments. I'm starting to enjoy making these videos. I didn't think it was something that I would ever do, but I am enjoying it, and I want to make things that are helpful for other people. So this one I have to be a little bit mindful of which direction it's going, because I have to put it, with a paper clip it will go this way. So I just put a little piece of cheesecloth, a little piece of lace on there. Now I want another heart, and you know, all of these hearts are just so beautiful that it just doesn't matter. You just pick one and they just all look good. Here's a blue one. This is a little bit bigger image, so maybe I'll use a little bit bigger heart here. This is a really cool one too, with a typewriter. So I think I'll use this one. Kind of partial to the color pink. I'm not sure if you've ever noticed that or not, but I do like pink. So again, you kind of want it off to the side somewhere. Maybe I'll put this one near the bottom because the last one was near the top. So I'll do that one there. And then maybe something else that we haven't used, maybe just a little strip of this corrugated paper. I like to use that sometimes in conjunction with the sentiment. So just something like that maybe would look good. Just put a bit of ink on this and a bit of glue. These are actually really quick to make once you've organized all of your supplies and cut things out and stuff. It just, I guess I actually wanted that on the other side, the glue. So I'm just checking my orientation. It's going to be about like that, so that should be good. And then I'll find a butterfly that I like. That one's kind of nice with there. A blue one. Here's just one with some words on it. There's a yellow one, a small one, purple one. I think I actually like the very first one that I picked, so I think I'm going to stick with that orangey one. Use that, and I could put that up there, down here. Maybe I'll put it up here. Don't think too much, just enjoy the process. Some of them, when you end up at the end, some of them you'll like more than others, and that's totally fine. They'll all look pretty on your pages. So I just want to reinforce that glue for a second or two. I might even use that same little flower trim that I used in the other one, because I like those colors on here. I think I might use that one again. And then I could put some bling on. I don't have to put bling on every single one, but this one is kind of a little bit orangish, so I could put a bit of orange on here. Yeah, maybe I'll just stick this one right here onto there. And a little bit of stickles. I've got a different color here. This one is called Platinum. So I'll put a little bit of that on the wings here. Oh, that one came out in a bit of a blob. Just spread that out a little bit. And maybe just a little squiggle here. And maybe just a little bit on this flower. You can just, you know, put it wherever you want. And there's the second one. And that one's got the paper clip on it, so that will go on this way. So again, on our little book pages like that. It looks good. Here's our, that's a little bit big maybe for our little booklet. Here's one of the larger ones, and that one has a paper clip, so that would be perfect on there. And again, on our journal pages, it just looks, they just really add something to theirs. So yeah. So there you go, guys. I don't think you need to watch me make a whole bunch of these, so I'm just gonna stop there. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave me a comment, and I hope you make some, and I hope you enjoy the process, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.